Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle at the 15, to the 20, breaks free to the 25, to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 in the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
Boom! What up? What up? What up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this House Music Monday edition. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Come on, man. Follow us on Facebook. Follow Shawn and Maya in the morning on Facebook as well. Listen, if you're following us now, if you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, guys, listen. It's been long enough. Go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell right next to it, and that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, if you're watching this on our mobile app, please don't tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. Stop playing. Listen, we have a mobile app. So here, do me a favor. Wherever you get your apps from, go there. Whether it's iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Walmart, Kmart, 7-Eleven, Zayre, Zemsky, Macy, Montgomery Ward, Venture, Woolworth, Weebolts, Gold Blast, wherever you get them from. You go there, you type in Sports Zone Chicago, you download it. You take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, and not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew, and I mean a slew of articles, thanks to my man Clarence Council III. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you're watching this on our Roku channel, I like that kind of party. And listen, if you don't know, you better ask somebody. We have our own Roku channel. So if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. All right, download Sports Zone Chicago's channel to your television. All right, put it there next to Netflix, Hulu, Prime, Max, Disney Plus, Showtime, Stars. Oh, Stars. Power Book 2 just came out. The final season just started. The first half of the final season just started on Friday. It was dope. Dope. So just download it. Put us there next to all of your other apps. Now, you can also tweet the show. You can tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online. You want to know what I did? Well, let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. If you want to follow my lovely co-host, Maya Kai, you can follow her on Facebook and Twitter at the Sports Chica. If you want to follow her on Instagram because you're an IGer and you do it just for the gram, we'll just follow her at Maya_Kai. It's MAYA_AKAI. We got a lot to talk today, baby. A lot to talk. But I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, whether it's our mobile app, do me a favor, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up in the thread. We'll put it up on the screen. I'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best Chicago morning sports talk show around. And that's you, baby. So bring them all. Questions, comments, smart ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. I like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. Let's see who we got in the chat starting it off already. Cornelius Squall's in the house. What up, Cornelius? He's giving a big shout out to all the sports owners in the house. My man Armando Emeterio Lara Jr.'s in the house. Junior, what's up, baby? How we doing? Good to see you. Tuning in. Be Smooth is in the house. Good morning, B. Nice to see you, my man. I appreciate it. Patty Lara's in the house. What up? My man, Mr. Shorty is in the house. That's what I'm talking about. What else? Oh, man, Michelle Walls in the Mickey Ficky house. Woo, House Music Monday. You know it. You see the shirt? Yes, that's what it is. A.C. Adam in the house. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Lavette Lee, she's checking in. Happy House Music Monday, y'all. You know it, baby. You know it. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, my man, King Booker World checking in. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. My man, Luis Mejia, Rise and Grind. Good morning, baby. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, Luis. Good hanging out with you last week at CrossFit. And Junior, you are a nutso. Well, listen, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. That, my peoples, I can promise you. Man, we have a lot to talk. All right, a lot to talk. Baseball, Cubs. Whew, had a rough one this weekend. 4-game set. Man, not good for the Northsiders. White Sox look promising. Were they able to seal the deal and finish? We'll talk about that as well. Oh, snap. Foul C is in the house. Good morning, Papa. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, you can join us today. Appreciate it. We still have NBA Finals to talk. Big game yesterday. Could the Celtics take a 2-0 lead? Or could Dallas get a win on the road and claim home court advantage? Talk about that. Still a lot of talk about this Caitlin Clark and her omission from the Olympic team this year. And people are adamant about either side of the issue. Should she have been left off? They're glad she's left off. And then there's other people who are upset that she's left off. I'll talk about it. I'll give you my take on it. I'll give you my take on it. And the Bears are always trending, especially this year, this off season. It's going to be. So we got a lot to talk, man. We have quite a bit to talk, guys. I hope you had a great weekend. This weekend was pretty chill for me. There was a lot going on in the Chicagoland area. It was a nice warm weekend. Although this weekend coming up is going to be warmer and can be more nicer. It's an old saying I just made up. More nicer. So if you got a friend with a boat, or go hang out at some patios, rooftops, outdoor venues, man, it is going to be beautiful this weekend. But anyone have a good weekend? What did you guys do this weekend? The Puerto Rican Fest was in town, or was this weekend, and man, oh man, it did not disappoint. It was crazy. It's so funny. So I have a lot of Puerto Rican friends or people that, and a lot of followers that are Puerto Rican. And so it's funny because they'll wear their flag, and technically, people, the American flag, you're not supposed to use that pattern as clothing. It's disrespectful to the flag. If you look up rules of the flag, that is one of the things that you shouldn't do. Obviously, when you make your own rules, it doesn't matter because there's tons of people who use everything for a flag, from a bandana to T-shirts to hats or whatever. The Puerto Ricans love their flag. Love it, love it, love it. They even wrote a song about it, like "Qué bonita bandera." What a beautiful flag. All right, "Qué bonita bandera, Que bonita bandera. They played it at the event I was at last week because Shayla is Puerto Rican. So she had a little band and everything, and they sang that song because she had the flag. But I digress. So many of my friends were decked out. It happens every year, but they're decked out in their Puerto Rican flag attire. But what's really interesting and funny, I guess funny, but funny, is that they'll have T-shirts, but the way that they wear the T-shirt is made, it makes it look like Captain America because they have the star and then the red stripes going down. It just kind of looks like Captain America. And don't get me wrong, I love my Puerto Rican people. I'm oftentimes confused for being Puerto Rican, and then Dominican, and then Cuban. Never let anyone guess Mexican first, but that's neither here nor there. To borrow a phrase from KDL 33, big shout out to Kevin Lauder. The weather was nice. Saturday was raining a little bit, but it's okay. And yesterday was a gorgeous, 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 gorgeous day. Gorgeous. So hope you guys got a chance to enjoy it. Hope you got a chance to spend time with your friends, your loved ones. For me, it was a pretty chill weekend, and it was pretty chill. All right, I got a lot of things. Like last week, I had a couple of events to go to, so I didn't really feel like doing much this past weekend. This week coming up, I have one, maybe two events to go to, so I don't know about the weekend, but it's going to be gorgeous. So I may just go out just to be out, and then next weekend I'm probably heading to Summerfest. So guys, enjoy Summertime Shy. If you're in the Chicagoland area, enjoy Summertime Shy. I'm telling you, there is nothing like Summertime Shy anywhere in the world. All right, I know I'm going up to Summerfest in 2 weeks, but they got a great venue. If you've never been there, I highly suggest you check it out. Look up Summerfest, Google it, see who what artist or group or band is playing, because it's got a couple, 100, 200 bands playing through each weekend. So it's 3 weekends. I think it started this past weekend, next weekend, and the following weekend are the 3 weekends for Summerfest. And I'm going to go check it out. I'm going to go see, I think I'm going to go see Motley Crue on the 22nd. Yeah. And then there's a couple other, and then Brenda K. Stars for all my salsa people and all my freestyle people. Remember, Brenda K. Stars used to sing freestyle before she sang salsa. So enjoy Summertime Shy. Travel around, stay in the city, travel around. It's man, best time of the year, best place in the world, Summertime Shy. But I hope you guys did. Put in here. You guys do anything fun? You spend time? Do you have dinner? Have people over? You know what? Even if it was just hanging out in the backyard, all right, with friends, all right, or with family. All right, let's not forget family, the ones you still talk to. Okay, is important. Family is everything, and the ones you still talk to anyway. Make sure that you oh, no way. Shut the front door. We had our Friendsgiving get together Saturday with people who I've known since kindergarten. Damn. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Cornelius. Man, and it's so good to hang. I know. I can imagine. I can't even imagine the crazy amount of stories that you guys had, depending on how big the crew was. Still crazy, crazy stories that you've known since kindergarten. Funny story, I have a couple of friends that I'm still friends with from kindergarten. Believe it or not, my guy Victor, big shout out to Victor Calzada, who I'm going to spend when I go to the San Francisco, the Bears-Niners game in San Fran. He lives in San Fran. Dude's a stud. He's a big-time chef, work with Rick Bayless. Now what he does is he sets up all the kitchens at the W Hotel. So whenever the W Hotel opens up a new location, he goes, then he sets up the kitchen. And he's a sommelier. So if you don't know what sommelier is, that is a wine connoisseur Like there's there's about 120 of those in the world, and he's one of them. So a little kid from 18th place in Morgan, 18th place in Levitt, 18th Street in Levitt in Pilsen, to become a world famous chef and sommelier. We went to kindergarten together. My guy Ronnie Bazil, big shout out to Ronnie. Over from him and Victor, we went to kindergarten at St. Anne, at 18th place in Levitt. Ronnie's like one of the big time union guys. He runs the northerly island. That's what he does. He runs northerly island. So yeah, it's cool, Cornelius. That's awesome. I'm so happy. Shut the front door. Your battery mate from Little League was there too. That's awesome. See, this is what I'm talking about. Summertime is a chance to reconnect with people, whether it's over sports or just reconnecting, period. It's a great time to get that done and to just catch up. Just catch up. You know what I mean? So that is so cool, man. I'm really happy for you, Cornelius. That's awesome. That is great. But listen, guys, you know how we do. The first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Let's see. Which way do we go? Which way do we go? Which way do we go? Did that. Here we go. We'll start off with you guys. With you guys over there. All right, my Chicago accent. You guys over there, all right? The Cubs. The Cubs. Cubs with a big win. There you go. Cubs with a big win over the Cincinnati Reds, 4-2 to salvage a game in that 4-game set. Man, they can't believe it. But you know what? They were able to salvage a win yesterday. Imanaga, man, back to his dominating self. He got the win yesterday. He's 6-1 on the season. He went 6 2/3 with 5 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, 7 punch outs. Neris came in to collect his 9th save of the season. Ian Happ was 1 for 3 with a double, his 14th of the year. 3, count them, 1, 2, 3 of them. In my Chicago accent, 3 of them, 3 ribbies for his 28th, 29th, and 30th ribbies of the season. Mr. Outcast Seiya Suzuki was 3 for 5. Cody Bellinger was also 2 for 5 on the day. Imanaga was on fire, baby. I'm telling you, on fire. 7 Ks. Whew. He did that thing yesterday. He got off the snide after a couple of weak performances. He got his team off the snide. They're looking to avoid a sweep, and they were able to salvage one of those games. Now, the Cubs do not play today. They have a day off, okay? But they're traveling. They probably went down last night. Most likely went down last night. But they started a 3-game set Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all right, at Tampa Bay. All right? So they're at Tampa Bay. Let's get this off here. Beautiful. See, because I know someone's going to want Louise, sure. The only thing I remember from kindergarten are the 2 twins that I fell in love with. That is hilarious. And you know what's funny? I'm laughing because that's when I fell in love with the girl I was going to marry, Sophia Miranda. And I don't know what happened to her. Victor knows. Victor's kept in touch because I left St. Anne after 3rd grade. So kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade. So I went to school, and I had loved Sophia Miranda. Just loved her. Like she was the one I wanted to marry her. Just loved her. Oh, that's awesome. Well, you had twins, huh, Luis? That's beautiful. See, Junior, I've been telling you that a lot since 1997, bro. I've been telling you this. I've been saying the same thing. Finally. Jay Grizz, what's up, Papa? Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, we're just talking some ish, baby. Just talking some ish. That's all. My kindergarten girl was a Jenny. You mean Jenny? Oh, that's classic. Classic, classic, classic. Well, the next top of the morning topic, my White Sox. They did it again, baby. They did it again. They snatched defeat from the jaws of victory yesterday. They wasted a great performance by Chris Flexen. They lose to the Red Sox 6-4 in 10 innings, and they managed to split in the 4-game set. They should have had that God-blessed game yesterday. Should have had it. Chris Flexen got a no decision. He went 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 punch-outs. DeYoung was 2 for 5. Paul DeYoung was 2 for 5 with a double, his 11th. A homer, his 12th. He drove in 3 of them, 3 ribbies, 1-2 tree for his 25th, 26th, and 27th runs of the season. Corey Jokes was 2 for 5. Gavin Sheets was 1 for 4 with an RBI, his 28th of the season. You know, oh, wow. Okay. You know, there are a couple of games that really was it the first? It wasn't the first Boston game. It was the game last week. I can't remember who they played. That they had the lead. It was a ground ball to Paul DeYoung at short. He was going to his left. Okay, he gets it with his glove, and he doesn't have enough momentum. You know, because you slide, you stop, so you could pop up and toss it to the second baseman, covering second. That was the 8th inning. There was 1 out. So he tries to flick it with his glove. He tries to flick the ball that's in his glove to the second baseman covering second. Well, he's safe. Well, there you go. Now, instead of being able to control it, flip it to the second baseman, turn the double play at 6-4-3, end of the inning. I can't remember who it was. Was it the Cubs game? Might have been a Cubs game. Yes, it was, because that's when Ian Happ hits the double down the right field line and it goes 3-2. That was, you know, stuff like that. And then last night, again, wasn't DeYoung, but in the 8th inning, we gave it up. And it's frustrating because you compete. And here's a chance. And here's where you have a loser's mentality. Here's where you can tell teams that are winners versus teams that are losers. Okay? You don't have the ability to put teams away. You don't have the ability to steal the deal, to close. The White Sox don't have that. The White Sox do not have that. Okay? Remember when we played the Cubs last week, and Junior, and I told you, me, Junior, and his son Mondo were on a text thread. And Mondo texted us, it goes, imagine if the Cubs lose to the Sox 5-0. And I was like, if the Cubs lose to the Sox, I said, what's the score? He said 5-0. And I was like, oh, don't worry, give it time. We'll give it up. And sure enough, we gave it up. We lost the first one, we lost the second one. So the Sox just don't know how to win. Okay, they just don't know how to win. And it's frustrating. All right, which is why I've kind of stopped watching them a whole lot. I don't really watch them very much anymore because they just can't really. My Cub fans talking. Cornelius, I agree. The Cubs didn't need to fire Ross and hire counsel. I should have used the money on better pitching. Yeah, I agree with you. Hey, Luis, thanks for checking in, Papa. I appreciate it. I know you got to run, but I appreciate you checking in for a hot second. Thank you, Papa. Have a great week. Yeah, we're sitting in the kitchen when you brought that up last week. Yep. Hank, the basement, checking in, baby. Good morning. Thank you. I appreciate you tuning in. I love it. But the White Sox, as I was saying, they just don't know how to win. They're in flux. They're in free fall is what they are. They don't know you're in a rebuild. You're not in a rebuild. Yes, we are. Not really, kind of, sort of, but yes, no, yes. Like, that's how all Sox fans feel. Like, yeah, we're in the middle of a rebuild again, but not really, kind of, sort of, really, maybe. So it's frustrating. Okay. And I guess the frustrating part is because, like, you haven't traded everybody. Like Lewis Robert. Like, you could have traded Lewis Robert, but I mean, I don't know if anyone was going to want Eloy or Yo-Yo. If I get it. Like, those guys need to be gone. If you're truly, truly, truly rebuilding. Another rebuild. I don't think it'll ever get as good as. I don't think they'll ever acquire as much talent as they did for this rebuild than they do in future rebuilds. This rebuild was loaded with talent. From Lucas Giolito to Kopech to Lewis Robert to Eloy Jimenez to the number 1 overall minor league prospect in Yoan Moncada. All right. Tim Anderson was part of that as well. All right. Andrew Vaughn came up and he was going to be part of that as well. Like, all the talent that they had. And I'm not saying you can't get talent again. No, I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying I don't know if you're going to get as much talent. Okay. But here's where we know. All right. We're not going to beat a dead horse. We know what the hell went wrong. You hired Tony La Russa. It set the franchise back. End of story. End of freaking story. All right. Anyway, the White Sox do play today. All right. They traveled to Seattle. So they were home. No. Were they home yesterday? Yes, they were home yesterday. They're home yesterday. So, they caught a late flight right after the game. They traveled to Seattle for a 4-game set with the Mariners. First pitch tonight is at 8:40. Remember, they're out west, which is why they have White Sox at night, Chuck and Ozzy at night, because that game's going to be late. It's going to get over some crazy hour, our time. 8:40 is the first pitch. You can catch that on NBC Sports Chicago, or you can check it out, listen to it on their flagship station, AM 1000. If anyone has an old school terrestrial radio, you can listen to it on AM 1000 or your car. But even cars have satellite and, Sirius XM. You have all that. Tonight's probables for the game. Eric Fetty's at a bump for the White Sox. He's 4-1 with a 3.27 ERA, going up against Logan Gilbert for the Mariners, who's 3-4 with a 3.12 ERA. And last White Sox, next top of the morning topic before we go to break. One of their top prospects, the White Sox acquired in the Dylan Cease trade, Drew Thorpe, is scheduled to start against the Mariners tomorrow. As I said, he was acquired in the Cease trade. Right now, he's 7-1 with a 1.35 ERA in Double-A Birmingham. According to results, I was reading the newspaper this morning. Let me give them credit. I don't want to definitely want to coming at me like, why didn't you give us credit? Because all right. There we go. This is according to Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams from the Chicago Sun-Times. Yes, as I said, 7-1 with a 1.35 ERA, and looks like he's going to go right from Double-A to the bigs. So I think what they're going to do, according to Kyle, what he was saying in the article was that they're going to, because these are rookies or youngsters, they have a lot of options going back and forth to the minors. So they want to bring them up. All right. And see what they have. All right. So they know, one, they can see if he belongs. Because sometimes you get kids who are a lot more ready than others. All right. And they can handle the big leagues. And then most of them, you get to see where their flaws are. And when they go back down, you can say, okay, here's what we need to work on down in AAA. All right. Grifol said it gives us the opportunity to see how close they are or if they're here already. There are things we've got to continue to do moving forward just to see where we are as an organization. It's a really good move. So Drew Thorpe, pitches tomorrow. I'll be reporting that on Wednesday. So Sox fans, keep an eye out for that particular update. As I said, he's one of the pitchers, one of the players we got in the Dylan Cease trade. Chris, you ain't the only one. They don't know how to develop. Why the hell would you trust them? The guy who was in charge of the minor league development, in charge of the whole minor leagues, Chris Getz, is now the general manager. And they didn't develop anybody in the minors. They didn't develop anybody in the minor leagues when he was in charge of the minor leagues, and then you move him to GM? What kind of sense does that make? What kind of sense does that make? It makes none. No sense whatsoever. I'd be surprised to see who the two franchises that are worse than the White Sox. But listen, let's take a quick break. All right. On the other side of the break, we're gonna have a couple more top of the morning topics. We're gonna start talking a little baseball. All right, about both teams. All right, so don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Move it!
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
Really the hottest hitter in the Cubs order.
Here's a swing and a line drive toward left. On the run, Dunn can't get it. That ball is off the base of the fence. Tauchman digging for third on a screaming double by Suzuki.
Some kind for the Cubs to kind of break the ice.
And lined out to right. Tauchman will come in. Suzuki will come in. Morrell will give it a go. And Ian Happ with the 3-run double here in the top of the first for the Cubs.
Short afternoon for him.
Tauchman reaches for it and sends it out to right center, and Amaya will come in to score. RBI single for Mike, and it is 4-0 Cubs.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of the Marquee Network. Those are the Cubs ending a little drought. They had a salvage one game. Salvage one game of the series, and you know what? Maybe it's the one that turns them around. Turns this, kind of gets them in a nice little win streak. All right, nice little win streak. Oh snap! My man Berlissimo from across the pond. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. Actually, good afternoon for you. That would be it. Good afternoon for you. The 340, 440 over there, somewhere in there. All right, thank you very much. Jay Grizz, I'm working on it. There was an issue. There's an issue. All right. But yeah, we're working on it. Believe you me, we're working on it. Oh man. Well, keeping it up, the next top of the morning topic. Where did we finish off with? With the White Sox. Man, the NBA Finals. You see yesterday's game. Woo-wee! Boston beats the Dallas Mavericks 105-98 to take a 2-0 lead in the series. Jrue Holiday led the way with 26 points, 11 rebounds. Jaylen Brown, 21 points. Jason Tatum, almost. He missed it by that much. A triple-double. Man. But you know what, Jason Tatum? Beautiful. That's a nice day at the office. 18 points, 9 rebounds, 12 assists. So what a great game. All right, if you're a Boston fan, of course. It's a tough hole for Dallas to climb out of. Okay, the next top of the morning topic that we're going to discuss. Game 3 of the finals is Wednesday. Dallas, and man, Dallas needs a win big time. Tip-off is at 7:30 p.m. Central. And Game 3, like all games of the NBA final, are on ABC. So check your local listings for that. Let's check it out. Jay Grizz, he got blocked a few times last night. Tatum did, yeah. Dallas wasn't playing, man. Dallas was trying to salvage one. They're trying to sneak one out, steal a victory, so to speak. You know, steal, but Boston was tough. And Porzingis was the guy. Man, do you remember when? And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that, Jay Grizz. I'm more than okay with it because it set the tone. But like he's got to get people. You know what? He's got to keep going at it. You keep going at when you start dunking on shot blockers. Okay, when you start dunking on shot blockers, you get a reputation. People are going to want to go up and block your shot anymore. And I still think, in my opinion, Jason Tatum is still too soft. I still think he has a reputation of being too soft. You know, I just don't. He doesn't instill fear. Okay, he doesn't instill fear in anybody. All right, like you saw when Shaq was going to dunk, no one went up to block Shaq. All right, Chris Webber. Like a lot of those guys, they don't. Yeah, so you feel me. Right. Not like it. When Ant-Man goes up to dunk, one, he gets so damn high, so it's easy for him to maneuver. You know what I'm saying? When he gets up, and if you're there, he can easily maneuver to the right and then bring it in. But hey. But Game 3, I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on. Remember Sean Davis said last week. I thought Dallas in 6. All right. But Sean Davis said if Porzingis comes to play, when he comes back, and if he plays well, there's no way that Boston will lose. Guess what? Porzingis had 12 yesterday. All right. Had a really good a good outing the first game. It's why one of the reasons they're up 2-0. Can they? I don't know how they're going to do on the road, but they only need one in Dallas, just one. They just need one. Win one, let Dallas win one. Okay, everyone's all excited. They're happy in Dallas, and then you go back to win it in Boston for the 18th Larry O'Brien Trophy. And all my friends in Massachusetts will be talking a hell of a lot more shit. Something I'm not looking forward to at all. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm just not. Next time, the morning topic: the Stanley Cup Finals. Game 2, Panthers Oilers, is tonight in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The Panthers lead the series 1-0. Puck drop is at 7 p.m. Central, and that game is on ABC. Like the NBA Finals, all games are on ABC. Or you can listen to it here in the Chicagoland area on 7:20 a.m. You know, it's been a long time since the Oilers have been in the Stanley Cup. On Good Morning America this morning, they were talking to Mark Messier, who's down in Florida, and he was one of the players, him and Gretzky, on their last Stanley Cup title. That was back in the 80s. Yeah. But remember, he got traded in 93 to the Rangers. That's when I got back from the 93-94 season, and I was coming back from Italy, and I went to New York, and I got there in like August, and the Rangers had won the Cup. So he has one more Stanley Cup title than the great one, Wayne Gretzky. But yeah. But the Panthers are up. Panthers lead the series 1-0. Looking to go up 2-0 tonight. So it's going to be interesting. I like hockey. It's been tough to follow the last few years with the Blackhawks being so bad, especially after their 6-7 year run. It's been really tough to follow for me. I mean, I know who the good players are and the teams, but just to sit there and watch is still tough for me because I lost a lot. That was emotional for me. Okay. That was really emotional for me. And according to Ben Pope, I want to say it was Ben Pope. Let me double check. I don't want to misspeak because then we have a whole big issue. There we go. You know, he talked about possibly a reunion. There was possible reunion with Patrick Kane because he's a free agent at the end of the year. Here it is. It is Ben Pope. He said he just talked. This is he quoted. He said he just talked to the GM. This was last week at the scouting combine. All right, was it in Buffalo? No. It was in Buffalo. And one of the things he said, I'll get it up on the screen in a second. You know, I personally think it'd be a good idea. You know, it's not as if Kane can't play. It's not like we're looking to get a, 37-year-old veteran back in here who can't play. No. It's not it. But this is from Ben Pope. Uh-oh. There you go. What he said a couple days ago. He said he just talked to Cal Davidson at the NHL Combine. He said notably he shot down any possibility of a Patrick Kane reunion. He said, and I'm talking Cal Davidson's was quoted saying, quote, "He did have a really good year. I think we're all really happy to see that. But we made some really tough decisions on some long-standing players I don't foresee us going back on that. So, doesn't mean no, but it's not a very positive endorsement. It's not a positive endorsement. You know, I hope he reconsiders, and here's why. You put Patrick Kane with Connor Bedard. Put those two together. I don't think his locker room, because think about it, there's nobody left from that team. I don't think there's anyone left from the championship teams. So yes, he'll have an aura, but it's not like he's going back into a group of veterans that he led, that he was a part of. No. I think everyone understands Connor Bedard's team. You build around him. And I think if you get a Patrick Kane, my goodness, do you understand how easy it's going to be for Bedard to go nuts? You understand how easy it's going to be for Patrick Kane? How much easier, not easy, how much easier it's going to be? I hope he reconsiders. I really, really, really hope he reconsiders. You know. Next topic. People are still talking about the Caitlin Clark omission from the Olympic team. So let me tell you. Well, first of all, here's who kept her off. These are the 5 members of the Team USA Olympic Selection Committee. Dawn Staley, University of South Carolina. Simone Augustus, LSU assistant. All right. Felicia Milton-Jones, Old Dominicans head coach. Jennifer Rosati, the Connecticut Sun president. And Bethany Donovan, WNBA head of league operations. So people are, it's very interesting. Very interesting. People are so quick to go to the right way, or earned it, or deserve, or all this other stuff. And there's a place in the world for that. Most places. Okay. I think it was a mistake leaving. It was wrong for them to leave her off. And here's why. Well, let me tell you this. People are saying, well, name one person that you could take off that list. And it's not about that. There are tons of talent. There's tons of other girls who got snubbed as well. But you put her on that team. Okay. Your problem, the WNBA and women's basketball, was exposure. Okay. Your problem was exposure. Now you have the hottest thing coming out of college. Now people have watched her for 2 years. You have the hottest female basketball player out there, and you don't add her to the Olympics. So not only what you would have done, or did you hurt yourself locally, because you don't need Caitlin Clark. They've won the last 6, 7 Olympics. Come on, the women they're going to roll over people anyway. You don't need her, but you need her. You don't need her to win games. You don't need her to win gold. What you do is you need her to put more eyes on the game. No one gives a damn about women's basketball. They don't. Not until Caitlin Clark came around. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese back in the championship game. We're still talking about Caitlin Clark not winning a title when the focus should be Dawn Staley's on the team. Second year in a row, they went undefeated in the regular season. 2 years after they won their last national championship. But the main story is Caitlin Clark. So what you do is you just took a marketing, one of the biggest storylines away. Did she deserve to be on there? Yes, but no more than some other girls who got snubbed. Should she be on there? Hell yeah. Because now you can market that. Now, guess what? Instead of the WNBA being national, it's international. Now Caitlin Clark, and I know she's going to have a reduced role. No problem. Guess what? She's going to hit a couple of those big shots. God forbid she gets 10 points or assists. She's going to be the main story of that team. And the jealousy, I think, was part of the issue. Not part. It was. They said, oh, well, some of Caitlin's fans might not like the limited amount of playing time she gets. Who cares? Get her out there. You get her out there, and you cover up the limited amount of time by saying, hey, she's a rookie. She's come off from within a month. She went from winning a national championship to the draft to training camp, her regular season, never really had an off season, into the Olympics. She'll most likely be leading this team for the next 3 or 4 Olympic games. But you strike while the iron is hot. You take advantage of the fact that people want to see her. People all over the country want to see her. People all over the world want to see her. Do you realize how many more eyes that's going to bring to the WNBA? You're bitching and moaning about money. Here's a chance for money. You don't give a damn about she's tired because she hasn't had a break. Who the hell cares? You don't care. You want eyes. You want money so you can pay these players more. So you missed an opportunity, and I think there's a lot of jealousy. I still do. So let me ask you a question. People are talking about this. When was the last time? Remember the dream team? Did Christian Laettner deserve to be on that team? No. Christian Laettner did not deserve to be on that dream team. But why was he on there? Politics. Why should Caitlin Clark be on there? Politics and money. What do I always tell you guys? Follow the money. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. And that's the thing that's when they dropped it. They dropped it because now they don't have this star. She's already an icon here in the States. Send her to Europe. Send her to Paris. Send her to Paris. Get girls all over Europe getting eyes on her. WNBA, you want people to buy your league pass? Bingo, there you go. It's not about talent. And I think that committee made a mistake. It's not about talent. You have to understand the politics of it. It makes sense. It makes sense. You want money. You need money. You're trying to expand the league. What do? You bring the most popular player in the WNBA. I don't give a damn if she's a rookie. Yes, people's feelings are going to be hurt. There are better players than her in the WNBA. Undoubtedly, hands down. But there aren't any more who are more popular. There aren't any more who are more entertaining. There aren't any more who are more polarizing, more electric, more gravitating. There aren't. You can sit there and say A'ja Wilson is the best player on the planet. Probably. I don't think there'd be much of an argument from anybody. I don't think there's much of an argument from anybody. But she's not exciting. Okay, that's it. There's pizzazz. See, a lot of people forget about Tim Duncan because he didn't have a lot of pizzazz. He's one of the best. They call him the big fundamental. All right, he wasn't showy. He wasn't flashy. He didn't do anything phenomenal. What he did a lot of things really, really, really well. I wouldn't even say great. I just say he did a lot of things really, really, really well. Borderline great, but a lot of things really well. And his game was boring, but effective. You can't market boring. You can't. You can market exactly what Caitlin Clark has. You imagine her coming across half court, pulling up from the logo in Paris, splash. Fade, fall away, three-pointer from the corner, splash. Fall away, three-pointer from the top of the key, splash. You dropped the ball on this one. It's not about her being one of the 12 best players in the world. No. It's about her being one of the 12, if not the most marketable player on that team. Here's an idea. If you don't think so, for the average fan, name 5 girls on that team. I gave you one, Asia Wilson. Name 5 girls. Name the starting 5 for some of the starting 5 for the women's team, women's national team. Most people can't do it. That's where they screwed up. Because if Caitlin Clark's on there, guess what? Yeah, it's Caitlin Clark, and it was the girl, the really good one, Asia Wilson. They'll remember her too afterwards, but Caitlin Clark's name will be first. And she handled it in such a classy way. She was like, "It's cool," she's like, "It's cool, man. I'll lead again. It's not a big deal." You know what? Hats off to her. Hats off to her. I just think she gets it. So in case for you who don't know, it's Asia Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu from the Liberty, Brittany Griner from the Mercury, Diana Taurasi, who's 42 years old. You mean to tell me she's not as good? She's a hell of a lot more exciting than Diana Taurasi. And that's with all due respect. Diana Taurasi is a legend. Who's got more panache nationally and internationally? Diana Taurasi or Caitlin Clark? Nafisa Collier from the Lynx, Jackie Young from the Aces, Clea Kappa, we remember her, Sky fans, from the Mercury, Alyssa Thomas from the Sun, who threw down our Angel Reese, Jewel Lloyd from the Storm, Kelsey Plum from the Aces, and Brianna Stewart from the Liberty. You could take one of those people off, put her on there. But you know what? So I know UConn coach Gino Auriemma said it was a disrespect to the WNBA players. You could look at it that way if you like. But if you're looking at it in a way that you want to expand this league and you want to get more money, you want to get more eyes and exposure, then some people's feelings are going to get hurt. Which is why a lot of people are, and it's not there. Let me just say it. I think there is jealousy. So when someone says there's jealousy, don't say there's no jealousy. The WNBA is a physical league. I get it. But don't look me in the eye, piss on my shoes, and tell me it's raining. There's jealousy in the WNBA. Women are petty. And for someone who thinks they're better than Caitlin Clark, or I'll show her, it happens to rookies, but Caitlin Clark's coming along with a lot more than most rookies. She's coming with endorsements. She's coming with millions. She's coming with NCAA records. And she's straight. That plays a big part in it too. But you have to understand, it boggles my mind because they will be the benefactors of her making the team. More eyes. It's just a faux pas. But for her, I'll tell you, it's great for Caitlin Clark. Great. Let her sit down, let her relax, let her get a full off season to recover. She hasn't stopped going since the beginning of her senior year at Iowa. Remember, within 4 weeks from the national championship game, she went from that to the draft to minicamp in 4 weeks. And her season hasn't stopped since. She's got to get stronger. She's got to get in the weight room. She's got to get, build up her body, get better conditioning. So for her, it's great. For the Indiana Fever, it's great. But for the game, for the sport, they dropped the ball. They kicked it out of bounds. Well, listen, let's take another break. On the other side of the break, we'll talk a little more basketball, but then we got some Bears talk to discuss. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the Superback, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Brian Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face.
Hey, bud, what you doing?
I'm playing with cars.
Cars? Can you show me what a car does? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. First of all, this is a school zone. So you need to put down your cell phone, stop texting, and let's get to driving. Now you're coming up to a stop sign, right? You need to slow down and stop before you hit that Y line. I want you to look left, right, left. You don't want to get hit by a car going on your left, and to your right to make sure you don't get sideswiped by a guy coming from your right. You're coming, and you see a crosswalk. You better slow your horses down, because the #1 rule of driving is always yield to pedestrians. Now stop, pull over, and you are done driving. Gosh, what do they teach you kids in school nowadays?
And he goes back to that slider, so back-to-back strikeouts for Nastrini.
He's probably going to be able to score.
This one is hit hard and gloved and caught by Vaughn. Grounded to the right side. Fair ball, step on the back of Vaughn, moving the pack at second. Got him! The double play turn. Hit hard up the middle. And is knocked down by Westbrook. No play, and the run will score. 2 down. He hits it out to right. A grand slam. Gavin Sheets, my
man. Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of NBC Sports Chicago. Those were the good guys, and they were good. They lost game 1, 14-2 on Thursday. I was livid. They said, Shawn, relax. They come back to win game 2 and game 3. Okay. Let's go for 3 out of 4. Unfortunately, they're unable to do that. And that, my peoples, was frustrating. But moving on. We're talking about the Sky. Man, tough game for the girls on Saturday. All right. That was a tough game. You know, I was hoping they'd be able to pull it out because it was home. They had it was just couldn't get it done, and that was a little frustrating. You know, a little frustrating. But let me do one more thing before we talk a little more Bears. The Lakers. Real quick, the Lakers are in full court press. All right. For UConn men's basketball coach Danny Hurley. They are in, man, he is number 1 on their list. And I think it'd be a mistake if he goes. I think it'd be a mistake. Now, he could jump at the money. I get you. You want to jump at the money? Okay. Or you're going to use the Lakers to get leverage to get more money from UConn. Let's see something. UConn's endowment is about $1 billion. No, I take that back. Well, as of 2022, it's $594 million, but as of 24, it's about $1 billion. So kind of small. I know you're like, what? But if you look at some of the other, you look at Harvard's endowment, University of Chicago's endowment. Like Harvard's endowment is $50 billion. Okay? $50 billion. They got to come up off some money for him. Coaching is in his DNA, that Hurley coaching and will help Danny succeed in the NBA. I don't think so, and here's why. He's too much of a college coach, in my opinion. And what do I mean by that? He still coaches the way his dad coached. All right, you still have something over. You have something over these players, and that's a scholarship. And yes, there's a transfer portal. Don't get me wrong, and they can leave if they want. But you still that there's still a lot of his tactics, his antics, his behavior, his mannerisms wouldn't go over well. Now the X's and O's, that's another story. That can't be argued. You don't win back-to-back national championships, all right, and not be able to coach. Again, just like the WNBA, you can be really, really good, but you're just not interesting. You can be boring. I don't think these players who are going to deal with millions, and you're dealing with millions now in the transfer in college. I get it. But you're going to have guys who are 25, 30 years old. I don't know if those antics are going to play well in a professional basketball locker room. Just my opinion. I hope he does well. I just hope he stays at Connecticut. I hope he does. I think he's found the fit. I think when teams keep coming after him, it's going to drive it. As I said, it's going to drive up his salary. I just think that he's found a niche. Okay, if he's old school, and I don't think that old school mentality is going to work in there. So you know what? Stay at Connecticut. I mean, stay there. Make more money. Use them as leverage. Make $8 million a year. $6 million a year, whatever. Let's see Danny Hurley's salary. You know, increase your just because you don't go there doesn't mean that you can't use them as leverage. Hurley signed a 6-year, $32 million deal. So almost 5.4 a year. Okay. Stay at UConn after the 2023 season. Why not make it 7? Why not renegotiate the contract to 7? Because what'll happen is he'll go to the Lakers. Okay. After 3 years of it not working, okay, cool. He's going to get about $10 million a year in the NBA. He's going to get about $10 million a year in the NBA. So he's going from 6 to 10. That's a 67% increase. Do it for a couple of years, 10, 20, 30 mil. Then go back to college. Who wants my services at the highest bid, at the highest price? And at that point, college out, he'll make another $8 million, $9 million a year. But the pressure they have won't be the same as the pressure he has to be the coach of the LA Lakers. He's going to come in with some gravitas. He's going to come in with some swag. Going to come in with a lot of respect from having won 2 national championships. So colleges will be lining up to get this guy at 8, 9, maybe even 10 mil a year in 3 years. Or if you're UConn, just say, hey, you know what? We're going to increase that to, you're making 6. We'll increase it to 8.5 or 9. Or you know what? Just jump the gun and say, we'll increase it. We'll make it 10, a nice even 10 for the next 4 years. I don't got to worry about anything else. I love the family. I mean, hell, I grew up, Bobby Hurley was my era. We were in college. I was at Holy Cross when they were at Duke and they were beating my UNLV Rebels. I was not happy about that, but I digress. His dad is a legend in Jersey, and Danny was a guy who didn't really have, Duke won 2 with Bobby Hurley. The father, New Jersey Hall of Famer, basketball coach, and Danny needed to find his. Well, guess what? He's found it. He's a much better coach than his brother, Bobby, who has 2 national championships as a player over at Arizona State. I'm not saying Bobby's not a good coach. I'm just saying Danny's better. So do it, Danny. And you might not be that type of guy because he doesn't seem like it, but use the attention that the NBA and the Lakers are giving you to parlay a renegotiation of your contract at UConn. Or if you don't want to stay at UConn, you know what? No problem. You think you've done all you can? Go to the NBA for 2-3 years, get fired, then come back to college with a hell of a lot more padding in your pockets. I mean, coaches start at 9.5 mil in the NBA. You'll get 10. You're coming off of, back-to-back national championships. Strike while the iron's hot. So good luck, whatever you do. I just hope you stay at Connecticut, personally. Richard Long. Hey, good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. So you can't recruit the NBA draft. Lakers burn up disposable coaches. Yeah, they'll burn them up. But is he okay with the 3 years at 10 mil a year? 30 years at 30 mil and then come back after 3 into college? Is he okay with that? If he is, okay. Or do you want to keep stacking? Because guess what? Everybody is going to want to go to UConn. They love his style of play. They love his passion. Until they don't. So very interesting how that's going to play out. I don't know. We have a visitor. We have a visitor. You know, Marcellus Lewis is going to be at Hallis Hall today. And it's looking like he wants to sign again. Looks like he wants to sign with the Bears. I'm okay with this. I am more than okay with this. I mean, granted, my man is 40 years old. But the one thing that I like about him, one, he's still able to play. That's for starters. That's the one of the thing he's able to play. But two, Shane Waldron is going to run 2 and 3 tight end sets if he has that personnel. And one of the things about Marcedes Lewis, he's a great blocker. He's a great blocker. So now you add a guy who you know is going to be beneficial. It's going to be an asset to your team. And it's not, and this is per Patrick Finley today in the Chicago Sun-Times. I like it. I like it. You pay him about $1 million, maybe $2 million, somewhere in there. Nothing crazy at all by NFL standards. Okay? Nothing crazy at all. I would too. Richard, I hear you. I hear you, Richard. If going back to Danny Hurley, if you get a three-peat, man, if you get a three-peat, they will have to. They will have to renegotiate that contract because everyone their mom is going to be coming at you with minimum of 10 to 12 million a year. Minimum. You're a fool. You're a fool. Going back to Danny Hurley, King Book of Worlds says, I really hope they would hire JJ Redick so I could laugh at the shit show. The Lakers are something else. But I like Marcedes Lewis. I think that'd be great. Caught a touchdown pass last year, if you remember. Justin Fields found him in the back of the end zone. Because he blocked so much, no one anticipated him really being a receiving threat. Well, surprise, surprise, surprise. You know, more and more as this is drawing closer, I'm really looking forward to the Bears and Hard Knocks. I really am. I'm looking forward to it. It is going to be entertaining. It's going to be hopefully controversial. But the Bears aren't into entertaining and controversial. That's the only thing. They're going to have to. I mean, they have storylines. Obviously, Caleb's going to be the most talked about storyline. And when we were on, I was on with Nomad last week. By the way, I'll be on there again today. He talked about this could be, like I thought this might be Kevin Warren's thing. Right? And NFL might have gone to Kevin Warren. He might have gone to the NFL and said, hey, you know what? It'll help all parties, get the stadium done deal, you know, maybe put some pressure on the lawmakers, whatever. That's what I think. I think that's how they got it. But that's going to be another storyline. You're going to talk about it. You're going to say, oh, well, all the while you got a brand new quarterback, you got new offensive weapons, you got a good defense, blah, 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 blah. All the while you're trying to get a new stadium built. What would it mean for Caleb Williams to be in a new stadium and his defense, blah, blah, blah. They're gonna tie that in. I believe they're going to tie that in somehow, some way. They should. They have to. It's just it's low-hanging fruit. I think that's one of the things, like I said, that Kevin Warren was adamant about, is to try and get him on Hard Knocks, because it maybe put pressure on getting this stadium bill passed here in Chicago. You know, the renderings of the Chicago stadium, dope. The Friends of the Park, though. You know, it's frustrating because you understand why they're there, but I think they've just gotten so powerful that I don't know. Because that makes sense. And trust me, I get it. You know, you look at, and some people will say, hey, the people should never pay for a billionaire's stadium. I get it. I understand. But by the same token, billionaires don't live by our rules. They live by another set of rules. And this is what we as a general mass have to understand. Billionaires don't live by our rules. The rules of the 99%. They don't do that. And plus, how dope would it be? How dope would it be to have that crazy, crazy, crazy stadium on the lakefront? You can sit there and talk about, oh, well, there's no parking, this. Okay, I get it. I understand. But come game day and that thing is built, and your first time inside, because they'll let the media go inside first and do a tour of that whole thing. The concessions are going to be crazy expensive, but crazy. And just the ability to go to a game in December when it's freezing outside. Like I said, think about, that's why I thought that there's got to be a bridge. So, the parking lot, you could park in McCormick Place parking lot. Hello. Walk across the bridge. And have a walkway. So you could literally get an Uber to the game. Have it drop you off right in front of the new McCormick Place. Once you walk in, you're enclosed. Take that nice little walk across Lakeshore Drive by the old McCormick Place into the new stadium. You're indoors. I get the parking. I get it. I understand what about bear weather? Well, you know what? I'd rather have something that would benefit our team, that'll benefit the community. By that I mean, think of all the different things. Think of think of concerts in there. Think of Super Bowl. Think of Final Fours. Think of WrestleManias. Think of a UFL team. Think of all the things that are going in there. I'd prefer. I'd prefer that. So that I'm telling you, I truly believe that is a part of this thing. Why the Bears are on Hard Knocks, and maybe Kevin Warren convinced McCaskey this is going to help us. And if anything, the McCaskies want a new stadium. You know, I agree. Yeah, it's a huge mistake for the Bears to not own. I agree. You're silly. Richard, you're on one today, huh? These endangered bears need a new stadium. Well, even house immigrants in it. You know, people talk about bear weather, and I get it. People don't want to do that anymore. They don't want to do that. You're right. They don't want to sit in there if it's 30 degrees, 20 degrees, 0, 5 below 0. Wind whipping off the lake, snow, flurries, sleet, wet rain. No, they don't want to do that anymore. It's great. The nostalgia, bear weather. Yes. The mock-ups are incredible. Incredible. You know, you look at that from inside, looking out, and we had talked about it, like you got to have a glass. If it's the south lot, you got to have a glass on the north end of it. The north end, and you look out onto the skyline. Come on, man. You know how gorgeous that would be? How breathtaking, that'll be. To have that inside. You know, Chicago will be the destination for free agents. The way Coach Eberflus is doing it. I'm trying to. Yeah, there's a couple of things. I tried. They don't have it. Goodness gracious. That's all right. Yes. Remember, Virginia was in LA at SoFi, and she's like, "Oh, I think I like this. I think I like this kind of party." He goes, "I want one. I want one of these." And what Grandma McCaskey wants, Grandma McCaskey gets. So that's why they're trying to get this whole thing together. Because tell them, King Booker World, that's damn right. Bear weather. No. And here's the thing. We haven't been good enough to use it. We haven't been good enough in the playoffs to use it. You know what I mean? Like it's not like we're perennial playoff players. It's not like Green Bay. They're in the playoffs every year. So going up to Lambeau sucks. Going up to Lambeau in December, January really sucks. Tell that to us sitting in negative 9-degree weather. I'll tell you, bear weather ain't a thing. It's bear weather. It doesn't have an advantage. Doesn't have an advantage just like it did back in the day. That I can tell you. But we'll see. I was trying to get that. They had a couple renderings, but it wasn't from the inside looking out. That's what I was trying to get for you. Here we go. Yeah. There we go. So I'll put it up in a second. And yeah. I'll put it up in a second. It would be dope. And here it is. So let me look. Let's look at that. That'd be dope. That would be dope. Here's the one you're talking about, Jay Grizz. Here's the one you're talking about. Yep, looking right out. Come on, man. Come on, man. Woo, Charlie. That's tight. That's tight. Whew. You know, that and it was interesting because like the first one, like it looked like it was open. You know what I mean? When they showed it, but it's not open. It's glass. It's enclosed. I just think that looks hard. I just think that looks dope. And then the open space as well. You know, to me, the open space is huge. And that's one of the things that, you know, to kind of, you know, necessary to appease the, you know, friends of the park. You got to do that. You know, you have to make, it had to be X amount of land for the public, which is what they're doing. So these other ones are good. They're pretty dope. I mean, the renderings are dope. Like this one here. Like here's the one right from the entrance, which I think is dope. Then you have from across where the old Soldier Field was. You see how on the left they have the columns still there. So they're going to keep up the columns on both sides, and there'll be fields in there. No pun intended. Yeah, that'll look tough. That'll look tough. All that just to get that thing. They did. They fought the Obama Library. They fought the George Lucas Museum. You know, I don't like Bellissimo. I don't like the Arlington Heights mock-up, dude. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. I just don't like it. Yeah. You got to walk over the little moat. It looks like a moat. All right. So you only have two ways to get there, to walk over the moat. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Because, you know, someone's going to fall into the moat. Sue. Yeah. Not a big fan. But, hey, listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to take one last break. Oh, you haven't seen the Arlington Heights renderings? You know what, Jay Grizz? In the commercial break, I will get those out, and I'll put those back up. All right? So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Move it! Yes, sir!
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
The blood is pumping. You may have an injury and may not realize it just because a competitive fire takes over.
A long two look for Diamond DeShields.
Putting Kaiser Gondrzak in the game, trying to find some kind of combination.
That's all you need to know. Early entry here in the first quarter. Mabry rattles it in. Count the bucket.
First time we've seen like a little matchup zone by Atlanta.
Tina Evans, one triple pull-up, and she gets it.
Take advantage of checking out Tina Charles whenever you can.
15 points here tonight. And Cardoso. And Tina Charles with the foul, her third. Marina Mabry gets it to drop. Angel Reeves driving baseline, feeding Tina Evans for two. Cuts it to three.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of the U. Tough one, tough loss for the women on Saturday. Yeah, it was tough. A few people I knew were at the game, checking it out. So you hadn't seen here. So I didn't get a great, and I didn't have enough time in a commercial to find better renderings from the Arlington Heights. Yeah. I don't know. Here's what they gave us. So here's what it's going to look like. All right, that's their property. There's a metro station right there, and you see. You walk, it's a stadium district. You walk over. So it looks like there'll be parking lots on three sides of it. And then if you look to the lower left of the stadium, more parking lots. Okay, which would be cool. But if you look to the right, all right, you see it walking over a little moat, over the water. Dude, someone's going to fall in there. You know they are. You just know they are. And then they didn't even give us, this is the way it looked. They didn't even give us an idea. So you see to the left is like a piece of granite. So they didn't even give us a concept of what it's going to look like that I found, during the break. To the right is the entertainment district. And you see to the left and the bottom left of the picture is most likely parking lot. I'm not a big fan. When they first gave that, I wasn't a big fan. Like, it's got to be better. Like, why? Who decides? Who decides? Because a lot of these things are really ugly. When people design statues, like, did you see the Iverson statue that was unveiled a couple of months ago? But mind you, they're only like this tall. They're real tall. It's like they're like busts, but just the height, maybe a little taller than a bust. Okay. But it's on pedestals around the facility or the arena. But they look like Iverson. All right. You get the crossover, got the high dribble, about the crossover. Okay. Who decides the final version of the stadium, of statues? Like, I don't like a lot of the way some of the statues we have are made. It's not in their iconic moment. I just don't like it. I don't like them. And the fact they haven't given us a rendering for maybe they want to give you the rendering for the city one, and it's got a lot of oohs and ahs. And people are just like, oh, let's just go with that. We'll see. I just wanted to put shovels in the dirt and get it started. Arlington Heights, you come off your crazy tax proposal. Okay. Let the Bears go do what they want to do. Okay. Start putting shovels in the dirt and move forward. If not, let's start going here. Obviously, dealing with the Friends of the Park and get shovels in the dirt. I'm just tired of it. Unfortunately, Kevin Warren, that's one of the reasons, or probably the main reason he was brought here. So he's got some work to do. So good luck, doing that while we're going to be focusing on the stuff on the field. All right, we're focusing on the stuff on the field, and that's one of the things that we talked about Mercedes Lewis a few moments ago. All right, big tight end. All right, best known for his blocking ability, and that's awesome. I like it. All right, I like it. $1 million, 1.5, 2 million. It's perfect. It's perfect. Why are everyone so there's still trolls? Are you going to be okay? I couldn't agree. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more, I should say, for both of you. Are you okay if we go into the season, all right, without another guy opposite? A stud. Are you okay if we end up going back the Yannick Ngakoue route or someone like that, a retread? I did. Yes, I did, Junior. Those were crazy. That was crazy couple of years. Crazy. Are you okay with the retread at the right end? Plank, thank you, Papa. I know you got to get to work and life gets in the way, but I appreciate you chiming in and checking in with us for as long as you could today. Appreciate it. Because I'm okay with it. All right. I, like a lot of fans, I'm tired of hearing people talk. I'm tired. It's really overkill. It's really overkill. I just want to get it started already. All right. I just want to get it started. And I'm hoping that Caleb comes out the first week 1 and is a little further along than most quarterbacks would be at his level, his stage. Okay. With all the things that we've talked about, his access to the playbook prior to being drafted. All right. Working with the receivers out there in California. The constant exposure he has to it now. Now he has Shane Waldron to speak. I forgot where it was said, or who said it, and I can't confirm it. But let me see if I I still have it. Yes, I still have it. So this was interesting. And I like it, and it makes sense. And this is from Ben Devine. Is that who that is? And he's got a good following. Okay, it doesn't mean it's 100% true. I don't want you to think that. But peep this. It said something interesting from yesterday. Head coach Matty Eberflus has only put the ones against Caleb Williams at OTAs, and they worked at disguising and confusing him. They aren't holding anything back from number 18. All right. So if that's the case, we talked about it with Coach T on my Daily Bears Talk with Nomad and myself. All right. Ben Devine's got about 10,000 followers. Okay. And his thing is the most plugged in Chicago Bears fanalist and NFL draft sage. Senior Chicago Twitter writer covering the Bears since 2009. So I'm not saying he's right. And hell, even other guys who are more credentialed and more known, still make mistakes. But if this is the case, we talked about it with Coach T, like sometimes you want to get stuff done and sometimes you don't want to see all that failure. Are they helping him if they're only doing the ones? Or, like Nomad said, and it reminded me, sometimes you just tell the defense, oh, look, just kind of play it straight up. Don't knock the ball down. Don't do this. I need to see some things. Is that being done? I don't know. But we've seen he's been confused at times, but you also seen that he's had some success at times. So now you're like, oh, man. If you look at that and say they're only throwing him against the number one defense, he should be looking confused because you're looking at a defense in the third consecutive year of the same system. But he's also having some successes as well. That should get everyone excited. That alone. Because he's only going to get better. So like I said, are you good with it? A platoon with, DeMarcus Walker, Booker, kind of platooning the right end. Maybe an Ngakoue. I don't know. I think they're going to see how Booker plays in camp. Maybe you sign Ngakoue and still see how Booker plays. And if he plays well, you can cut Ngakoue. You know what I mean? There's a lot of ways you can go about it. For me, I think Booker is going to be a really good player. Again, I need to see how his bendability is. Since he gained some weight, his quickness, his explosion, his balance, everything. Because when you're 230, 240, your balance, your agility, that's a little different than when you're 260, 250, 260. All right, that 15, 20, 25 pounds makes a difference to some people. Some people are able to carry it well. Okay. Some people can carry it well and still do certain things. The things that made them really good. So we'll have to see with Austin Booker. Yeah, I hear you. Bears have hedged so many bets with Caleb. He needs to see the regular season as a relief. Failure is not an option. Yeah. And for me, it's his mindset. Does he understand what they're doing? Which I hope he does. He should. That conversation should have been had. I think it has been had. I think he understands it. I hope so too. Cornelius, if Dominique Robinson comes through, and I'm not asking him for 8 to 10 sacks, no. But he plugs the middle, penetrates the line of scrimmage, is disruptive on the other side of the line of scrimmage. We've talked about it with other guys. We've talked about it with Gervon Dexter. We've talked about it with Zach Pickens. I've harped on it with Austin Booker. Mentioned it with DeMarcus Walker. But Dominique Robinson could be a huge benefactor from Eric Washington. A huge one. A huge one. So we'll see. We will see. Well, folks, 2 hours is come and gone. I want to thank you guys for rocking with me today. And we got a lot accomplished, a lot talked about. Cubs, Sox, Bears, Sky, NBA Finals. All right, Wednesday, NBA Finals Game 3 from Dallas this time. Man, I had a great show. But I want to thank you guys. I need to thank you guys. Cornelius Squalls, Richard, Mr. Shorty, my man Junior, Plank, Shorty, Jay Grimm, appreciate you. Yeah. Plank, I don't know if I said Plank. My man Berlissimo from across the pond. You know, all you guys, Richard Long, King Booker World. I think I said Mr. Shorty a couple times. Richard Long, everybody else. You had this chat lit, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Guys, at 12:15 Central Time. All right, Second City Sports comes on with Lakina McGee and Sydney Brown. They're going to take you on another 2-hour adventure of sports talk. And then this show will replay tonight at 6 p.m. Central Time. All right, so make sure you check the YouTube channel, download the YouTube channel, or subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay, please help us out with that. That'd be pretty dope. Okay, guys, it's Monday. All right, turn your beast mode on. All right, get your goals set for the week if you don't have them set already, and let's knock them out. All right, make sure you spend time with your loved ones. Give them a call, text, voice memo. Doesn't matter. I got to figure out today who I'm going to send 2 people text messages, see how they're doing. You should do the same. All right. Big thanks to our executive producer, Clarence, Elliot Baez, our executive producer, Clarence Council, our social media guy, and Maya Kai as my co-host in absentia. So for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, get out here, enjoy the day. It's supposed to be, what's the day today? Nice 70-ish. Yeah, supposed to be a high 69, 70-ish today. So get out there, enjoy it if you can. If not, come home, sit on the patio, have a drink. All right? And make sure you call your loved ones. All right, folks. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. For everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, have a phenomenal day because your boy is out.